Alright, so anyone that knows me, well, you're just going to have to put up with me. Anyone that doesn't know me, I'm Chase Bell from Car Civil and Earthworks. And what do? Well, we do a bit of everything. But mainly, we build horse arenas and we build dams. Right now, we're working on some drainage. Now, what I'm hoping to achieve with these videos are, I want questions. I want questions from you guys. I want questions that I can answer while we're doing this. You know, why did you push like that? Why didn't you cut this way? Why didn't you know, there's many questions you can do. So basically, you guys put the questions out, I'm going to answer them. I don't care what platform they're on, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I'm still trying to work on YouTube, but it is a slow process. Something that I'm unfamiliar with. If anyone can actually help me out with that, I'd be much appreciated. I'm more than happy to pay someone. It's just one of those things that, with all the things you're trying to get done, doing YouTube is sort of it's a long process. But, so let's get into what we're doing here today and why we're doing it. So what we've got going on here is we're actually constructing a drainage system for the driveway. Now, this is all the excess fill that we've had to use, or had to excavate out to make the driveway flow properly. The driveway was sort of really pretty much level, and it just needed probably 300 mil taken out of one side. But over that area, it ends up being quite a substantial amount of dirt. So what we're doing here is just pushing out the paddock. You can just see on the left there's the topsoil heap. When I back up, you'll be able to see it on the left-hand side of the blade there. There's a big topsoil heap. So what we essentially will do is push all this out, level it all out, track roll it all in, and then we'll actually lay the topsoil back over the top. Now, the reason why we do this, we don't just lay it out and then just hope for the best, is because topsoil obviously grows grass. Without topsoil, you don't grow shit, you grow weeds. And it'll look crap forever. So, essentially, if we lay the topsoil back over, yes, there will be weeds that'll grow, but you have a lot higher chance of growing back to the grass too. So, anytime you disturb the dirt, you always disturb the weeds, and they will come back. However, good spraying and good seeding and good care, you'll actually have this come back as good as a normal paddock, and in 12 months' time, it'll look like we never even turned up. So, as you guys may be able to see, these little dozers, they do push quite well, but they don't push like the diesels. They don't push like your bigger dozers. So, they are essentially a trimming machine. They can do good bulk work, however, you have to have them in a slot, and they will still never compete with a bigger machine. But I'm hoping that I can use this video to encourage the younger generation to actually come up with some questions. How do I get into this industry? Where do I start? What do I do? And all these sort of things, because I truly believe that there are a lot of kids out there, a lot of people in the 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and they're all thinking, how do I get into this industry? And my best advice for that, this is what I would tell anyone trying to get into the industry, and sort of how I done it a little bit, I had to do it a little bit differently, is work for free. Go find someone who has some plant and say to them, I will work for free, and I will, just so I can learn how to be an operator. If you are sitting there thinking, no one's going to give me a go, I'm never going to get a go at the job that I'm at, well, sometimes it takes a little bit more action. You can sit and whine about it all you like, but at the end of the day, the only way to really learn is to put yourself out there and make it happen. So my personal story on this one was, the old man had an old Fiat Alice 10C. Anyone that doesn't know, that is a bulldozer. Anyone that does know knows that that's a fairly old bulldozer. Now, the transmission had blown the clutch packs out. It had also sat in a shed for 10 years. So this dozer that I basically decided, yep, I'm going to learn how to drive a dozer. I don't know how to drive a dozer. I don't even know how to fix a dozer. With this dozer, I'm going to get going. Alright, so I decided, alright, how am I going to do this? I'm going to go get all the workshop manuals, parts manuals, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to, for starters, because the machine hasn't even, the motor hadn't even been running in 10 years. So I was like, well, first things first, let's see if the motor runs. So I thought, well, I probably should, change the oil, or at least check the oil and make sure that there's nothing bad in there. So I pulled the sump plug, lo and behold, 10 litres of water come out. And I mean, straight, crystal clear drinking water. And I'm like, oh, that's not good. So anyway, yakking to the old man, we decided to throw some fresh oil in it. Fired her up, obviously wound it over by hand first, made sure that it wasn't locked up, fired it right up, and yeah, it fired straight up, like I've never been sitting. So I thought, oh, don't know what the water was, we won't worry about it. And I put some plug back in, and I thought I'll check it in 3 months, see what happens, fill the radiator up, obviously, like that, because it's been sitting for so long. Turns out that water was coming from the radiator, and I reckon it was because of the cylinder pack. So in them they have what's called a wet liner. They had an O-ring on the wet liner. I reckon a bit of rust or something like that had been created around the liner. That actually was letting the water come through the cooling system. So I thought, oh well, I'm going to still fix it. I'm going to rebuild the transmission, I'm going to get it going. So anyway, pulled the tranny out, put some new clutches in it. That took me about, 9 months. Put it back together. Bang, we've got a dozer working. And that was probably the first machine that ever made me realise one thing when it comes to business. Don't run a shitbox. Don't spend money on a shitbox. It's the biggest thing. Do what you got to do and move on to something better. So anyway, basically run that for 2 years. But the first job that I ever done to learn how to drive it was, I knew an old bloke up there at Dogdale, and he needed a dozer. So I said to him, I will come there and I will work for free to learn how to drive this dozer. I'll pay for my fuel, I'll pay for my flow sheet, I'll pay for everything. All I want to do is learn. Luckily, he was nice enough that he basically gave me 100 hours where I worked for free. After I started getting a little bit better at pulling the levers, he said to me, I'll start paying, I think I was $90 an hour, which covered me fuel and a little bit of money. When you're 19 years old, you think that's gold. So anyway, I got that job done, and then I fell into another job that actually was a dam job. And a bloke had come there, tried to build his dam with his digger, dug it all out, realised that he didn't exactly know what he was doing, and just needed help. Luckily, coming from a background of earth movers, my old man and my pop and my uncle and even my mum, they've all built dams their whole life, so I had plenty of help to lean on. They come out there and they basically told me exactly how to build this dam and get it done right. So I built that dam, and at the time I was working at RTL. So I built the dam on the weekend, charged bugger all for it. But to me, it was my first real paying job. So I thought, rip off, we got a first job paid for. And from there, I actually started getting noticed from people that were working with me at RTL that I'm starting to do a good job on the outside. So by me putting myself out there and getting people to notice, okay, he can actually do this work, it actually opened up the doors for me to start driving a dozer full time. I was driving a dozer there full time for about 5 years, ended up doing a lot of final trimming, a lot of really interesting works that has helped me out tremendously when it comes to running my own business. So I will never ever regret those 8 years that I spent there at RTL. I learned so much about GPS, about doing batters, and doing batters that, you're talking 3-to-1 batters, and some of them were 100 metres long. And a lot of those, they'll give you a design on a GPS, and the design was never going to work. There's been too much fill or too much coal or anything like that. So you end up actually going off on your own path and creating a design basically by yourself and making it look good, so it's working with each end of the batter, because we'd only do it in like 200 metre sections, so everything had to tie in with the existing, and for some reason the program never worked quite right. But yeah, essentially all those years of doing that really helped me develop into this person into an operator that I can be today. But yeah, if you guys do have any more questions, please put it in the comment section below. I'd be more than happy to answer them all. I do believe that this is going to provide value to not many people, but I do believe there are going to be some people out there that are wanting to learn, that this is going to be something that can really help them. As far as me helping you out with becoming an operator, that's something I can't take on. So I have had a few people ask me if I can teach them. If you have your own machine and you want assistance with, like, okay, you've got a drainage job there and you want someone that you can just sort of lean on against, and they'll come, like, I'll ring you up and you can tell me where you're struggling and stuff like that. I'm more than happy to help with that. But as far as me teaching you on my machines, that's something that is probably just not exactly viable for me right now. But anyway, leave your questions behind. Like, share, follow, whatever. Do whatever you feel. Tell me you hate it. Tell me you love it. I don't care. Just tell me anything. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this more long format of content. And if you have any questions, just ask.